Hey everybody, it's Greg Rice. We're here in the Bucket, Pawtucket, Rhode Island, and today we're going to talk about maintaining and managing the successful business that you've just created from scratch, okay? There's a lot of content out there about what it takes to build your business, but less content on what it takes to maintain that business. Two totally different animals. If you've created your business, that's step one. Step two is managing it and growing it and making it sustainable. Sustainable is a huge thing. I love sustainability. So the advice I'm going to give today is based on my little experience here over the years, and also the fact that it will transcend into your business. Because if you employ humans, like most of us do, humans have needs, wants, goals, hopes, and dreams. And the way that you manage those feelings will translate into how successful or unsuccessful your business is. So let's break it down. The first thing that you have to do is show up in person to the office, to the job site. Whatever your business does, you as the owner, the manager, the CEO, the founder, the president, whatever that person or title is, they need to show up. They need to show their employees that they care, that they're thinking about what's going on, that they are interested in what's going on. So, for example, when you open a franchise with us, you're not able to have just a home office. You need to have a street front, storefront office presence so that people can walk in, clients, in our case, tenants, owners, folks from the city, insurance agents, constables, you name it, they're coming in the office. Somebody's here to greet them, whether it's myself, our maintenance director, our leasing director, offer them a coffee, etc. So that in-person nature that I'm giving you an example of here is important for the owner, the operator of the company, to display with their employees. If the owner doesn't show up, then naturally the employees think, well, he doesn't care or she doesn't care, I can just do this, or I'll do it this way because nobody's paying attention. Or they might gravitate to somebody else, a fellow employee, and say, oh, well, this person's here all the time, I'll just go to them for questions. So the less that you show up, the less respect over time that you'll get, the less sustainable that becomes over the years. So you really want to make sure that you're physically there. And even if it's 2 minutes, high five, how you doing? How's the wife? How's the kids? Whatever. Show some type of engagement, some type of interest, and that goes a long way. That's why I mentioned it first. Physical presence is the most important presence, okay? Now, step number 2 into maintaining and managing your business is to show positive reinforcement. Positive reinforcement. So negative reinforcement, that goes without saying. That's going to happen. People make mistakes. You got to chew them out. You got to reprimand them. However you do that, you do it. But positive reinforcement is not talked about. Rewarding people for going above and beyond, or for successfully handling a difficult task. Or, in our case, maybe the technician got the tenant to put a Google review. And in that case, we'll give Home Depot gift cards as a bonus, $25, $50, something small, right, in the grand scheme of your business. But to that employee, to that person, that means the world. And say they get 2 or 3 of those, it could add up, okay? So positive reinforcement is super big. And there's a lot of people today that don't even factor that in. They say, oh, these are my employees. They have to show up. This is their job. I pay them every week. You want me to give them more? Yes. Yes, you have to. Okay, you have to show that little over the top, because then they're going to show you that over the top. Okay, so it's very important. Step number 3, outside of work relationships. Okay, and I'm not saying you have to kiss them or hug them after work. You have to have a friend type of environment. Maybe you go out for dinner. Maybe you go out for drinks with your teammates. Maybe you go to a show, a basketball game, whatever it is. have some rapport that is off the beaten path. Because if it's always business all the time, it's high stress, it's intense, then the relationship will have a friction point. Last night, for example, I went out for a steak with one of our maintenance technicians. It was his birthday. I said, you know what, Tom, let's go out, my treat. And it was a good 2-3 hours of just shooting the breeze, hanging out, seeing what was on his mind, and him doing the same. It was a nice, low-key, low-stress environment that we weren't accustomed to being in. So you want to get into a nice, comfortable situation, because most times at work, it's high stress. A lot of stuff going on, a lot of tasks, a lot of deadlines, and there's not an opportunity to have fun. So that's why I stress the importance of off-work hours relationships. Now, don't go too crazy with that, because it can go out of control, but for the most part, use your judgment. Company parties are a great thing. Christmas parties, 4th of July parties, Labor Day, Memorial Day, you name it, you can always gather all your teammates together for a function. All right, and now the fourth one, also super important, is inclusivity. Now that covers a lot. First off being, you want to create an environment that is grabbing everything and everybody here together. It can't be this. It's my business, my money. There's a lot of that. It's not healthy. You're not letting anybody in. You want to be open arms, but you don't want to be wide open, spread eagle, because then people can take advantage of you. So you need to have like a in the middle approach is the best way, where you offer the opportunity for your people to, here's my opinion. Here's what I think. I'm the one in that basement, and I think that we should do X, Y, Z. And I'm the one in the office. I don't know. So I seek opinion. I seek their experience. And then every time you do that, hey, what do you think? How do you think we should do this? Every time you ask that question, it empowers that person just a little bit more, until eventually they feel like you trust them to go out and do their job, and you're not going to give them any crap. You're not going to shoot them down for something they did. You're going to be proud that they took accountability and responsibility. And that's what you want from your people. You don't want to have to micromanage them, because then they hate you and you're not getting anything done because you're constantly up their butt. You want to create an inclusive environment, empower their behavior, and you do that by showing up, positive reinforcement, off work hours. These are other things that contribute to number 4 here. And it creates a mentality of independence and pride and motivation. And in turn, that helps you continue to grow your business. But if you're not receptive to their ideas, if you're not interested, if you constantly are barking orders, pointing down, you're doing it this way. I told you, no options. Like this, they're going to be like, all right, I'll do it. I can't wait for 3 o'clock, man. I'm out of here. So it's not, they're adversarial in that instance. You want to create companionship, somebody that's an advocate for you. Because a lot of jobs that we have, we don't see our folks. They're out in the field. They're in Woonsocket. They're in East Greenwich. They're in West Warwick. I'm here in Pawtucket making videos, doing nothing. So it's important that you have that trust, because the further away they are and the longer that they are away from us, more opportunity for things to go wrong. So it's a lot of an honor system here. A lot of trust is really, I use the word a lot, but trust is really the bottom line in this concoction. And if you don't have the trust and respect of your people, they're not going to treat you well. And it's going to be tougher for you to continue to grow and sustain the successful business that you worked hard to create. So again, just to recap, a lot of content here. It's probably one of my longer videos. But number 1, you need to show up. Get out of your pajamas, get out of your house, get into the office, okay? Number 2, positively reinforce and reward your teammates, your team members, for the job they did well for you. Number 3, create off-work hours relationships within reason. Number 4, create an inclusive environment that everybody has a say, and you consider opinions, good, bad, or indifferent. You listen and then make a decision. If you do these 4 things, you will continue to be successful. If you do 3 of them, you'll be okay. If you do 2 of them, If you do 1 of them, And if you do none of them, you're going to fail. Okay, so you may not get all 4 at once, but slowly make your way up that ladder until you get to that point. Okay, any questions, any feedback, you know where it goes. Once again, Greg Rice here in the bucket, your property managed.